Getting right at night with Jezuz.
How y'all stay getting right at night right here on Parrot 98.3, number one for hip hop and R&B. Man, this man came through. He just gave me the good vibes. Even though he messed up his foot not too long ago, he just still gave me the good vibes. St. John, what's up?
What's up, man? How you feeling?
Man, I'm feeling fantastic. You bring that good energy when you step in the room. I appreciate that.
I mean, that's important, right?
Yes.
You walk in a place, you're supposed to walk in good spirits.
Yeah.
Things should get better when you're around. If they don't, then people should leave.
There you go. I like that because when you came in, I just felt the good energy. Even though we saw on Instagram you messed up your foot.
Yeah.
So it looks like a shower door.
Yeah, I shattered the shower door, fam. Apparently, I'm stronger than I used to be. I thought my inner strength was creeping out. I've been wearing too much silk. I thought it was maybe just getting in my bloodstream and everything is just sexier than it was. But I shattered the glass door in the shower. And I was just pulling. I didn't even pull it in any weird way. I was just sliding it. It shattered. But fortunately, I have Christian Sex Club socks to keep my feet warm while I wear them outside of my Jordan 1s that I'm presently wearing right now. So, you know.
Is it the bread toes you got on? No, they're fire ones. There they go right there. All right, let's talk about the clothes first. You came through flourishing.
Yeah, you got the Christian
Sex Club socks as well.
Right?
I see the hoodies everywhere.
Absolutely. He got on Christian Sex Club silk pants right now.
Okay.
I got on boxers. I got on the saddleback. Man, everything. Everything is possible.
The line is dope. I know you have your own stuff as well.
Well, this is the line.
Well, because the lime green shirt, I want to bring that shirt up.
Yeah.
Is that part of the Christian Sex Club?
Well, yeah. So Christian Sex Club is a brand, right?
Yeah.
It's the name of my brand. And then there are merchandising parts of it, meaning it's like tour merch. So Christian Sex Club makes everything that I like. And then my tour merch, exclusively Christian Sex Club makes. Anything that says St. John, you'll see it.
You guys got to go on his Instagram. There's a link. You can hit all that stuff and then and see all the merch. I saw a shirt that I wanted, but it sold out.
Yo, that was a hyper quick strike item. What I mean by that is we didn't make a lot of those.
Yeah.
We only sell them like a really small batch. And long before we even got to Arizona, they were gone. Fam, they were gone in the first 2 cities.
For real now. That's a cool design. Do you design everything?
Well, I'm involved in everything. I'm creative director at Christian Sex Club. But I don't fashion myself as a designer. I don't think of myself as that. I think there are other people who are just better equipped at technically putting things together. I have an idea of exactly what I want to do, and then I go relay it to the team around me, and we all get our hands dirty and we make it.
That's super dope, man. Yeah. That's really cool. Yeah, everything y'all got on is fly. The socks is fly. Can people just purchase these as well, right?
Absolutely. You can just go to ChristianSexClub.com. You can get socks. You can get silks. You can get boxes. Ooh. You can be as beautiful as you think you are in your mind. I can make it for you in real time.
There you go right there. All right, man, let's talk music, though. Wait, before we get to music, let's talk tour. How's the tour been going?
The tour's been incredible. One and Not a Cult tour, right? So, and tonight, when is it the Red Room?
Club Red.
Club Red. I'm tripping. Club Red. I cut my foot and all the blood stopped circulating in my brain. We're at Club Red tonight. This is my first time in Arizona, and they told me the vibe here. They told me the energy here was incredible. They weren't lying.
What about other? I've seen videos of you and stuff like that. You're like on stage straight killing it.
Yeah, it's important.
Like
energy is everything for me.
The energy you got on stage too is like crazy. It look like so when people just going right now, like, yo, we're going to hit the Club Red show tonight. St. John up in there. What can they expect?
It's aggressive. You want to wear your soft shoes, your silk pants, and a good attitude. And don't bring your girlfriend anywhere near me. Good advice.
Oh, dang. You be taking them?
No. I just give them better advice. I give them the tools to go forward and live a more prosperous life. I don't want to take them.
All right, let's talk the music. On this tour, you're performing Collection 1?
Yeah, Collection 1. So I put out Collection 1. This is my debut collection.
Yeah.
I think of music in terms of collections.
Yeah.
I'm a big fashion guy, meaning I like cool things, right? So I like cool clothes.
I see that.
I don't come from the fashion space or fashion industry, but fashion in terms of I like to decorate my life. I want it to be the way I imagine it in my head. So I make my music in the same way. So Collection 1, I think of it the same way any other designer who's rolling out their collection. So Alexander Wang, he just has his collection. So this is my first collection, my debut collection. Yeah.
The first time I heard of you was a while ago. I can't say the name of the song. It was Hit a Shit. I'll say that
okay.
one.
I like it.
I'll say that one.
Yeah. Swoosh, a.k.a. Swoosh.
A.k.a.
so people know.
Swoosh.
Yeah.
That's the first song I downloaded on a DJ pool. And I was like, let me try it out tonight. Let me go. I DJ Jaguars, a strip club here in the Valley. And I'm like, let me try it out. And it worked. So then I didn't hear nothing from you. And then I heard Roses from you.
Yeah.
And I was like, yo, that's a different type of vibe. Like, you low-key kind of like more singing melodically on Roses than you are on the hitter stuff.
So you went back, you started...
Backwards?
You started backwards because Roses came out before Swoosh, right? But wherever you find it, that's it. That's interesting to see your journey. So you started at Swoosh, then you found Roses.
Yeah.
Did you make your way to any of the other records? Like
and then
Reflex?
I made from when I heard Roses, then I really started looking you up, and I heard you got lit last night.
Yeah, I heard you got too lit last night.
And that's my favorite joint.
That's crazy.
That's my favorite. Out of all the ones I've heard,
right.
That one's my favorite. And I asked you in that song if you either sampled the keys into the
right. There's a part when I go, I heard you got too lit last night.
Yeah.
Didn't make it home. You asked me if we sampled that synth line. We didn't.
What?
It's original.
Were you in there for the creative process of that?
Yeah, so we were making everything. That particular synth line, I happened to be in Toronto doing the show. So the way we'll make things, we make everything from scratch, me and my partner Lee. So Lee's, his name is Fallen, the producer, right?
Okay.
So he produces all the records and we do it together, like in tandem. So I'm in the room and I'm giving the direction, or we're just responding to one another. And we made the basis of the record. So I had the chorus and the verse.
Okay.
And I was in Toronto. He was like, I got something for you.
Ooh.
And he sent it to me with just the synth. And it went, and I was like, fam, this is crazy. We can't put this out right now. I was afraid that the record was too big.
It sounds big. Like it's just the record. That's my favorite song that you have, and you just released McDonald's.
McDonald's Rich.
Come on,
hey.
And that's a different vibe from the other joints too.
Yeah.
That's like we getting down with the get down.
Absolutely. That one is so aggressive. It's so turned. Like it's the most lit record I think I've ever put out to the public for people that haven't heard any music. But there's more.
I want to say that McDonald's Rich is like festival music. Like when I hear it in the whip, when I was bumping it in the whip,
right.
I could just picture it like I'm at a festival.
Right, imagine it live, right?
You know what I'm saying?
So you surrounded by 20, 30,000 people. You hear McDonald's Rich come on, that bass line drops. It's ignorant. It's absolutely ignorant. It has no respect for anything other than music. You understand? Like that's what it feels like. Because when I'm on the road, I'm on the road so much. I'm performing so often that part of my life, part of the culture of my existence becomes hitting a stage. So I'm on a stage a lot. And I'm around the world in different territories a lot. So the way I think of music gets to change a little bit. The way I think of music gets to morph based on what I'm living. Like if I'm spending all my nights in the strip club, then you know my records are gonna sound like
Yeah.
If I'm in a relationship and most of my afternoons are spent telling my girl I'm sorry, I messed up, and you know what the records are gonna sound like.
That's right.
If I'm on the road, shirtless and some leather pants and Saint Laurent boots half of the time, then you know it's gonna sound like McDonald's Rich.
That's right.
So that's where I'm at right now.
Man, so being around the world, you're from?
I'm from Brooklyn.
Brooklyn, but you also grew up?
Guyana. Yeah, so my parents are Guyanese, I'm Guyanese. I spent half of my childhood growing up in Guyana, so I lived in Brooklyn and Guyana in 3-year intervals. So 3 years here, 3 years there.
How was
back
that?
And forth. It was hard as a kid.
Yeah, why would you do that like that?
Where's your family from? I'll make it easy for you.
My family, my parents are from Mexico.
All right.
Both of them are from Mexico. I'm from here.
Cool. So did you have a lot of family still in Mexico?
Yeah. My grandma, uncles, aunts.
Right. And the economics in Mexico make it so that you don't require a lot to live, right? You don't need a lot of money to get by. Whereas in Arizona, it requires a little bit more,
you
right?
need to work a little Monday through Fridays.
Absolutely. So picture this. Say your mom is poor and she got 4 kids.
Damn.
And your pops is across the border and you got a lot of family still across the border. And your mom is a nurse's aide. I'm making it your story so that people can understand it.
For sure.
And she's struggling to make ends meet. She's just a nurse's aide. So, but she can gather up some money over a period of time. So 4 to 6 months, she can save up enough money to send you back across the border.
Oh, damn.
So you can go back across the border and she could feed you significantly more easily than she would if you were in her household because she has to care for you in a different way.
Yeah.
All she has to do is funnel back some of that money, and it stretches further in Mexico than it does in Arizona. So that's what my parents were doing. That's what my mom did. She saved up all the money and she would send us back to Guyana, and we go live with a family member or a stranger or a relative or someone she knew or someone she loved.
For 3 months?
With someone, for 3 years.
3 years and then come back?
Yeah. She saved up the money. We lived there for 3 years, and it would be too much to bear for her. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It'd be hard for her to just be away from her kids for that length of time unless you're just like a super negligent mom.
So she's like, I need
my kids back. And we come back, and the cycle happens again, 3 years again.
How was that growing up with like music? Did you get both sides of music then?
Yeah, well, I grew up.
Were you always into music like that, or?
I don't know if I was always into music. I don't want to tell no type of fantasy lies. Like, I don't know if that was the case, but you grow up around it in one way or another, right? So I grew up listening to two different sorts of music.
Yeah,
I grew up in Guyana, which is a Caribbean culture. Although Guyana is in South America, the culture is Caribbean. So I'm listening to Beanie, Spraga, Buju. I'm listening to dancehall. I'm listening to what I think is the golden era of dancehall. This is when, names that you only hear now. Shabba Ranks. You don't know any Shabba records. Most people don't know, but you know the name. It sounds like something.
Yeah.
But I was listening to that, to dancehall, and I was listening to rap. I'm listening to Jay Rockefeller.
Oh, snap.
Early days. So that's sort of, those two things are the pillars of what make my sound the way that they do, that it does, rather.
Damn. Yeah. I don't hear no Caribbean sounds. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm trying to think of the records that I've heard. I'm like, is there any Caribbean influence in those things?
I think it's not obvious yet, but you will hear it. And when you do hear it, you'll be like, oh, he told me this was coming.
Yeah.
He set me up for this. This was coming. Because that's my history. It's my heritage. What I really know, my first concert was Beanie Man.
For real?
Looking at Beanie Man and Supercat on stage.
Oh, snap.
You know what I'm saying? So that's really what I innately and intuitively know.
So at what age did you pop into the music scene?
I started mad young. Like I really started writing songs or writing raps. I was like, I was stealing my brother's rap at 11 or something like that. And I started going from there. Like it goes from me stealing his raps to me writing my own raps, and it becomes more serious and more aggressive. But I've been in this, it feels like my whole life, you know what I mean?
Yeah. So what's next? Are we in collection part 2?
No part 2. It's not in that way. So there's collection 1. You will get a collection 2, but that's not coming yet. The next project is called Ghetto Lenny's Love Songs for Christians. It's a winter collection. So because I believe in collections, collection 1 is a full collection. I covered all the seasons.
Yeah. And this next joint,
Love Songs for Christians, is a winter collection. You'll understand why when you hear it.
And it's almost Christmas time when we getting that thing.
Oh, you gonna get it? Hold up, patience, man. Patience, man. Hold up. I got you. It won't happen on this side of the year though. It'll happen early next year.
Early 2019.
Yeah.
Is that mindful? Like you're in your mindset, you're planning everything ahead, and you're letting us catch up.
I do things based on how they feel. If I was really letting you catch up, I wouldn't put anything out. I would just let the whole world wait until collection 1 becomes their favorite project at the same time. But I got to live in my own future in the world I created for myself anyway. Yeah. I'm excited about new music. I want more. For the people that'll just be hearing me on Love Songs for Christians, when they go back and they hear collection 1, I want it to strike them how it strikes them.
Eye-opening, snap, what else have I been missing?
Absolutely.
What else have I been? How do you go into the studio? How do you prepare for this stuff? I
don't. I just make what I want to hear.
All right.
It's not even complicated for me. I make what I want to wear, and I make what I want to listen to. Simple as that.
Yeah. Say that one more time.
I make what I want to wear, and I make what I want to listen to. So when I'm making clothes, I'm just making what I want to see. I don't know what anybody else wants to see. I have no idea what anybody else wants to hear either. I'm selfishly making the things I want to play. I'm playing my records in my house because I like it. I'm like, this is incredible.
That's funny because I make my own clothes too, but I get made fun of for making my own clothes. Like you said, you envision something. I'm like, I want to wear that, so I do that, right? And I got this coworker here, DJ Nicasio, if he's watching. He be clowning on me after that. I'm like, and then I feel bad. I'm like, man, my shit was janky, huh?
No. See, the difference between being successful and not successful is how many people are laughing at you.
What that mean?
I'm gonna show you. So your homie, what's it, DJ what?
Nicasio.
DJ Nicasio. Why you laughing at my man, DJ Nicasio? So he's laughing at you when you make your joint.
Yeah.
But if 20 million people are laughing at you, that means 20 million people are paying attention. When it's just him laughing at you, you almost feel ashamed of it.
Yeah.
When it's 20 million people laughing, they're not laughing at you, they're laughing with you. You understand?
Yeah,
The difference is the volume. How many? So let them laugh. Tell them to laugh louder.
Bro, where do you get this energy from?
Fam, I just feel great about life. I don't come from very much, you understand?
Yeah.
I come from super humble beginnings, and I know what the bottom feels like. So I'm happy to be here. I just cut my leg up, and I don't care. I wanted to be on time for the interview.
Yo, it's dope. Good vibes in here, man. I apologize about the leg. Hopefully you get it all stitched up and stuff like that.
Life happens in this way. Whatever this means, I'm gonna find out, right? Because I don't complain. Nothing happened. My arms are fine. My legs are fine. I'm in good shape. My bank account still look the same way as it did this morning, probably better. It can't be bad. Things are cool right now.
Yeah.
I've been through dark times. I've seen some of the roughest things. So I feel, how do I even articulate this? I'm grateful to be here. I'm grateful to be here. There's no other way to put it. I'm happy to be here.
That's dope. Have you listened to any new music that's come out? Meek Mill came out.
I know, yeah, Meek Mill. I was stuck on that Meek Mill Jay-Z record.
Jaden Smith's projects came out.
I didn't get to listen to Jaden joint. So my homie Biggs hit me, and he told me, it was Biggs from, anyway, if you know, you know. So he hit me, he was like, you got to listen to this J verse on this Meek.
That's what I want to ask you.
So I listened to it, and I was like, oh, Lord. He's going all the way in. Like, you hadn't heard Jay rap like that in a second, to go off for that length of time, I mean, in a minute.
Was it necessary for him to explain himself?
I don't know.
In the tweet?
I'm not sure. I think we're in a hypersensitive time where people are confused and people misread or read into. So it depends on the position that you hold, right? He holds a different position in hip-hop and in culture, period. So his social responsibility is different. I don't know. Maybe I wouldn't have responded in the form of an explanation, but that's just based on the seat that I'm sitting at in my life.
Yeah.
He's like, that's Hove.
I feel like if you would have left it the way it was when it first came out, the verse first came out, everyone would have been talking about it in the barbershops. Like, yo, what's he talking about Kanye? What is this? What's that? But since he kind of explained it, it kind of dimmed down the talk.
I mean, it's a different era.
Mm-hmm.
Some of that talk is spiraling to other things. People are far more emotional than they used to be.
Yes, they are.
Or at least they have the opportunity to express exactly how emotional they are without self-reflecting or patching it up themselves. For instance, when you didn't have a vehicle to just lash out, you had to study yourself. You had to look inside and go, all right, I'm tripping. But the minute you have access to say whatever you want, the minute you feel it, you don't even have to be responsible for what you feel or investigate how you feel. So he could say something wild and you think it's about you and you're like, I'm going to go off.
Yeah.
So he has a social responsibility, and maybe it's important for him to go, yo, I'm not talking about that.
Just calm down.
Especially in a tender time like that, like right now, everything that's going on within media, relating to the characters he's talking about, relating to like Kanye West within that space, maybe it was important. Maybe it's a good thing for him to explain it. So you don't think there's any rift, there's any dysfunction between a relationship. I don't know.
Would you rather hear a Jay-Z Rick Ross album or a Jay-Z Kanye West album?
Well, I've heard a Jay-Z Kanye West album.
The Throne.
So it's not fair. Yeah, so that's not fair. You're asking me, do I want to hear something I haven't heard or revisit something I have heard?
Okay.
I want to go further. I want to hear Watch It Throne too, but I've never heard Jay and Ross on an entire project. That ought to be really interesting.
That would.
Which one would you rather hear?
Personally, I would want to see a Watch the Throne too, because Kanye's in a different space from than what he was in the first one.
Yeah.
So the Otis joints and the all the other joints on that album were different as to where Kanye's at now. Like even the Ye projects sound different, and you're like, oh, what happened? You know what I'm saying? Like your production and I feel like I would want to Watch the Throne too.
Okay. Yeah.
All right, my man. Where can they find you on the social media?
My name is Saint Jhn. Let's not mistake it. SaintJhn. Wherever you listen to anything, wherever you look at whatever you look at, I'll be right there doing something ignorant. I promise you. Saint Jhn.
Probably the best vibes from an artist I've had.
Thank you.
I appreciate you.
It's a wonderful compliment.
Thank you, man.
Thank you.
Thank you.